And we're back with another Iyanla Fix My Life, episode 4.
Cuatro.
And we're here.
Mm-hmm. I'm Mike B. I feel like you didn't know where you were going.
No, I mean, I mean, they know who you are by now.
Just in case.
Just in case. We talking about well, since you said maybe I'm JT.
that's my name, you know.
Huh?
I just want to throw it out there because I want people to know who I am.
And we're talking about Iyanla Fix My Life with Miss Shamiqua Holdsclaw, who is, you know, a former WNBA player, Olympian, NAACP,
She was an NAACP Image Award recipient,
3-time champion,
member of the ACLU, former member of the Underground Railroad.
Naming her
she got nothing but accolades.
But you know that's what she is. Just
right
that you know who she is. A lot of people just don't know. But in the world of female basketball, you know, she's up there. And you know she's been in the news lately. She had an incident with her ex.
Do you know how recent that was?
I believe it was last year. It was that recent.
Okay.
But we'll get to that later. But the incident was she I guess shot into the car of her ex-girlfriend, and she wasn't wounded or anything, but it's the fact that at first she said she took a bat. It seemed like she was coming for war. Mm-hmm. She had a bat in the car and came and took out the windshield and all of that, and then took a gun and shot into the passenger side. And I guess the ex-girlfriend was in the driver's side, so I wouldn't say no harm, no foul, but harm, but there was a definite foul. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so, but they didn't really touch on that. They started off with that. Iyanla took her to the scene of the crime, Shamiqua, and whatnot. And she basically told us, a little bit, of the story, and then she was like, "This is basically a symptom."
Yeah, like if you get to the point where you get so angry at somebody where you would break their windshield with a bat and then shoot at them, then there has to be something else.
Something else
going on
that's wrong within you.
Unless the ex was beating on her or something like that, then I can understand this being the reason you go ham. But evidently, maybe that wasn't the case, so that's why Iyanla wanted to dig deeper, because she said people who live their life out in public have a private story.
It seemed like whatever you just said, you didn't have to say none of that.
Yes, I did.
No, I know about her and the...
What?
We'll see it when we do the replay.
Why are you hating?
I ain't hating.
You just couldn't follow.
Now, I
followed for the simple.
That's the only reason I knew, because I followed this.
Moving on.
But anyway, she took it to the scene of crime, basically saying this is a symptom, and we not even gonna really touch on that, which she didn't. And then she takes her to the gym, Georgia Tech, which is in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. That's where they are, and she talks to her in her center court, basically, asking her, what's her relationship with her mother and how she grew up and whatnot. And she basically told us, her mother was a drunk. That's how she grew up, and I guess they were about to get in foster care, or the police came and picked them up. I don't know the social people. Mm-hmm.
Child Protective Services.
Is that what they call them?
In some states, they probably got different names for them, but we know who you're talking about.
Yeah, them people. They came, came and
got services,
them.
Different name.
And they came and got them, and the grandma, her mother's mother, her maternal grandmother.
Also known as her mother's mother.
Yes.
We got you.
And, she came in and picked up, I guess it was her her siblings.
Uh-huh.
And took care of them for for Shamiqua, the next 7 years of her life. So I guess she was about 11
she
or
said,
so.
Yep, she was 11.
Around 11, when all of this happened, when she was taken from her mother. And basically, she values her grandmother's relationship, because, she took her in, and basically showed them a home. She loved them. I'm saying them as far as her and her siblings.
Right.
And the mother feels that, you know, basically the grandmother took over her role, you know. She's been sober for over like 23 years.
Yeah,
so
she took her kids away.
After, I'm pretty sure while she was still a teenager, she got sober. And so now she's feeling like, I want my kids back.
No. Not while she was still a teenager. She got sober.
It must have been before then. Because Shamika,
before she was a teenager?
She only like 30-something. 23 years. So she had to be young.
You think that lady's only 40-something?
No. I'm talking about Shamika Holdsclaw.
You think she's 40-something?
No.
Who do you think is 40-something?
You brought up 40-something, Mike B. I didn't say nothing about 40.
We're going to watch the replay. You said 40-something.
No.
But, okay. I think they were saying that she had...
I said she was sober for like 23 years or something.
Right.
And so Shamika had to be young when she first got sober. That's what I'm saying.
You think, like, when you say young, like how old?
That's why I said probably around teenagers or probably a little bit before.
Oh, okay.
You know, I don't. She had to be like, I think she's around our age, like around 33, 34, 35-ish.
Now? You think she's our age?
I think she's around that, you know.
I don't know.
I don't know, man. But anyway, I need to get another ticket. I missed the train. Oh, she was and so that she was basically saying, you know, talking to her about, you know, her mother and all that. And so all the while she's saying all of this about her mother, you know, her mother's in the risers, in the high riser of the gym where they're in, the arena or whatnot, and listening and all that. And she said, "Well, I'm gonna get your mother from up there because that's where she's always been." And I don't know what that means, literally or
yes,
whatever. But she went to go talk to the mother, and the mother like, you know, I've been up here, you know, most of her career looking at her from this view, you know. And she was like, well, basically, what's your story or whatnot? And she was telling her, well, you know, I started drinking at 14, and you know, I was different. You know, my mama treated me different, but not. And, you know, and she's like, and she basically, her mother basically didn't take care of her. She had mama issues.
Right.
And then she took her down. She was like, well, let's go meet Shamiqua. And so she told Shamiqua, well, you know, I'm just listen to your mother, you know, listen to her story, like I guess take yourself out of it and just listen. And you know, the mother basically said the same thing, you know, how she was treated when she was younger. She had like green eyes and her hair was red and she was just different, you know, from I wouldn't say the black sheep, but you know, she's just different from the rest of the clan.
Right.
You know. And that was her issue, you know, she was never mothered. She was a motherless child. Was that before or after the song? They just remind me of when she went in.
Oh, when Iyanla sung that song. I don't even remember who she sang it to.
She sung it to Shamiqua.
Mm. But I feel like you skipped a lot.
I mean, what if I did skip something? It wasn't that important.
It may not be important, but it helps tell the story. Like, okay, remember when she was talking to just the mother at 74 and Shamiqua was listening, then her mama got a chance to explain her issue with her mama. It wasn't just that, you know, her mama treated her different because she looked different, had funny color eyes. It was that she was angry at her mama for taking her kids away. Mm-hmm. And so, and then I guess it's almost like her mama was rubbing it in her face too. So, I mean, she was like bitter. And I mean, I'm trying to think if I could understand her anger. You know, a little bit I can, because this is your mama treating or taking better care of your child, taking better care than she took of you, of your child. You know,
that's where they said like she was semi jealous of
the relationship. Yeah, because she didn't have that with her mother. Mm-hmm. And then she went on to say that she would rather her kids go to foster care.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know, kind of hurt Shamiqua to hear, and it would have hurt me too, because you would rather me, instead of staying with a family member who took care of us and, you know, nurtured us, did what you couldn't do or wouldn't do, wasn't able to do at the time, you would rather us go and stay with some strangers, all because you feel that you probably would have got a better chance to spend time with us or visit us or be with us. Now, I don't know why her mom didn't let her spend time. Maybe it was Shamiqua's, you know, choice. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, I don't want to see her. We've been through too much as far as I'm taking care. You, my mama. I'm taking care of you. You drunk. My friends are coming to tell me about your issues, making fun of you, and I'm going to the liquor store and buying drinks for you. You, my mama. I mean, it just didn't make sense. She was embarrassed of her. So I can understand Shamiqua being angry and bitter towards her mom, but I mean, at some point you have to, like, especially if she was sober for 23 years. And you mean to tell me at no point did you acknowledge that? Did she continue to act drunk? She never act right.
You haven't drunk, but you ain't drunk.
You know what I mean? Because if somebody, you already know that the issue, the reason that your mama was acting the way she was is because alcoholism had a hold of her. She's been sober, so why not even attempt to listen to her, to give her a chance to be a part of your life, to let her be in the front row? Why she got to sit all the way up? Why are you punishing your mom for mistakes she's made when she didn't have any control of herself? She
didn't come to that realization. She didn't know her mother's story, like she said.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Even if she didn't know her story, she didn't know she was sober.
I mean, she was sober, but she didn't know. She still didn't know why though. Why they didn't have that talk. She's sober, but you still did that stuff to me. You still that same person right now. But I don't have no new information.
Shamiqua admitted that the reason that her mom, or her issue with her mom, was mainly the alcoholism and her having to take care of her mama being an alcoholic. Mm-hmm. So now that the alcohol is out the way, you still never gave her a chance.
But I think she just couldn't get past what happened, and I think knowing her mother's side of the story, mm-hmm. I think that probably opened her heart up. I mean, until you know somebody else's story, you're not gonna understand. You're not gonna come. Mm-hmm. You won't go on your own understanding, and my understanding is I hate you. I don't care for you. You know, you would think they sober for a minute, but. People are people. I just can't get past that.
But that's kind of what I'm asking. Like, mm-hmm. She's sober, but was she acting the ass to where you didn't even consider, or you just got so much?
Some people just can't get past, man.
You was 11 though.
You was a child. You gonna remember that stuff as a child. That's detrimental to you.
Right.
That's how you grow up.
Especially when police get called. Yeah. Gotta kick in.
These are pictures in your mind that that bad or good, they help you, be able to build you up to what you are.
Right. Tell me this. Mm-hmm. At any point, do you think if it was you would at least want to have a conversation about it, or would you just like forget it? I don't want any parts of you.
I don't know, because I don't have that. I haven't been through that situation. Right. Plus, I don't have that attitude though. To me, I just want to get. I'd be pissed. I'm not a person that just roll over. I war within my mind as far as just if some detrimental happened to me, or somebody pissed me off or something wrong done to me. But it comes a point in time where to me I'm just like I'm tired of even thinking about this shit. If they come around, feeling mad, I don't have to deal with you, but I can be cordial, and it's all about forgiveness, brother.
Yes, and that's exactly where I was going to go, because I feel like if I feel like religion. I feel like religion should have been a part of this whole situation.
Okay,
where they learn about how to forgive and how to move on instead of holding on to this grudge with your mama for so long. And now that you got a little bit of money and you're successful, do you really feel like you don't need her?
Yeah,
and it's just drawing or pushing you guys further and further apart. And your mama's been hurting for so long. You've been hurting for so long, but you got this facade up.
There's no understanding anywhere.
What
And that,
I need from you is understanding.
don't make me close.
That's my
I will close. I'll say until next time. Right now.
That's my countryside.
Yeah. But you know, that's what it is. You know, people don't understand people. People don't know what others go through. If we knew,
People, and we don't take the opportunity to get to understand.
know,
I don't want to know your story. You hurt me.
Yes.
And that's it. That was your one and only chance.
We react off the crust of a person, not the meat.
Look at God.
You're welcome.
And I think that's a good spot to end.
Until next time, people, you know, forgive and ye shall be forgiven. I don't know what scripture that is. Till next time, people. Peace.